The lady he took up with after he burnt us up. Find her and you'll find him. A lady by the name of Divine.
Tell us where he at. For fear that it would wag, he took my time. We ain't gonna kill him.
We clapping.
Tell us where to find him. You're alive?
Fire burnt his house down.
It was born for burning.
You two were amazing in Is God Is. Your chemistry on screen was fantastic. Even like the cadence of your voice felt synchronized. And because you guys were playing twins, and I mean, at one point I was just like, is there like an AI version of one? Like that, it was so good to me. Wow. What did it take to really build that chemistry behind the scenes?
It was a lot of preparation.
It was preparation.
We came in when we landed in New Orleans to shoot. We went immediately to rehearsal, and it was Alicia Harris. We were going over choreographing twin moments, and then also finding each other's rhythms within just getting to know each other as these instruments and as these bodies, as Racine and Anaya. And so we did various exercises that were like that of kinesthetic response and viewpointing and looking in the mirror and finishing each other's sentences, or what are we thinking, and you know, guessing games in such degrees, but just trying to get to layers of how we can vibe, for lack of a better word, just with our instruments. So it was a great foundation for when we started shooting. We had already understood each other, and then that relationship just continued to blossom.
And, you know, the twins that you guys play endured immense psychological, emotional, and physical abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you two personally stand when it comes to seeking revenge or sort of accepting your fate and forgiveness? Because your character seemed very accepting of her fate, whereas you played the one seeking vengeance.
Yeah. I think that it's a great representation, like the way that they both handle life, of how a survivor reacts to trauma, right? You can either, and how anyone reacts to emotional scarring. You can either bury it, you can bury it down and stuff it down and accept that this is how it is, and this is how the world is, and try to find joy and love in your life. Because I think that that's what Anaya really was seeking from the beginning, is just finding some sort of joy in her little corner of the world. Or you can exact revenge. You can respond with absolute justified anger and rage, you know? Especially as Black women, like there's so many choices and there's so many ways of responding that you have to navigate and negotiate in your mind every day. And I think that spectrum is who Anaya and Racine are representatives of.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I second that.
First of all, I love the film. So thought-provoking. After we watched it, we were like sitting back and talking with each other, just like analyzing like what just happened. It was that type of experience for us.
You felt like what just happened?
Yes, like it was like, whoa, especially the ending, which I loved. So I want to start with you, Ms. Fox. What was it like playing a character that is synonymous with God?
Well, I was the catalyst that set it off. How about that? When I thought about it, because she starts the revenge mission for the girls. But I playing God, it's like I didn't really think about it being like godly, like, because she was dark, you know, she was built on revenge. But I did like the way my introduction and the setup was. And, you know, that entrance is just, you know, so wonderful. And how through her pain that there's beauty. And then she got to reconnect with her daughters, which is so rewarding.
It was. And another thing I loved is just the range of emotion we saw from Black women.
Yes.
We normally don't see Black women playing characters seeking revenge.
Mhm.
And even with your character, Janelle, she was a victim of sorts of domestic abuse. We all know that you are such a strong advocate for women. So what did it take to get into that type of character?
Yeah, I will say, first of all, I read the script, blown away, like had never read anything like it. And I knew I wanted to be a part of it. When she asked me, I was like, hell yes. And once I started to get into the role of Angie, I was like, I've never played someone that complicated. And the reason why I say complicated is because your husband is a monster. Why would you marry him? Why would you have 2 kids by him? Did you know that he did this to his first wife, to his children? And then I thought, well, maybe she didn't know. And I thought about so many women, so many people who have been in situations and relationships where they don't know their significant other's past, or they are victims or survivors. And that's how I like to think of Angie, as a survivor, because we meet her when she is making a very bold and brave decision to honor her and to seek her freedom and find that freedom in the way that she wants to do it, not as a mom, not as a wife, but like, who is Angie? And I love that word survivor comes up, and I wanted to honor survivors, honestly. And that's what made me say, yeah, that's important. That's really important for this to be reflected and to be a part of a movie where I'm the wife that you sort of meet at the end. You're the first. Yes. And then you are the middle. So you see a range of what women have gone through.
Through one man.
Through one, yep.
Can happen.
Yes.
One disastrous man.
And at one point, Angie's character sort of seemed like she was seeking some type of righteous indignation against him in a very subtle way.
Yeah.
What was that about, like that part?
I think that she knew deep down that she was dealing with a monster. I mean, he certainly was not kind to her. So when she met the twins for the first time, which we don't know, like to this day, when you watch it, you don't know if she knew or if she didn't know, right? And I played it like that. But I think, I think that ultimately if these things were true, you know, in her mind, absolutely he deserves to burn in hell.
You played the second wife. She was very theatrical, almost humorous in a way. Can you just talk about what it was like to play that type of role where she was sort of like waiting on this man?
Well, let me just throw back a little bit to what Vivica said about God. And you said being dark. The truth is, there's nothing darker than the idea of God. The person who gets the best revenge, who sends people to hell and heaven, who created demons, who was always in the Bible, retribution, you know, death, all these things, disease, plagues. That's what God does. That's throughout the Bible.
Sure is.
So divine sits right square in the middle of purgatory, heaven and hell. And she's stuck. She's not going anywhere. So that's what it's like. It's like saying that the full human experience is observing that the God who made you can destroy you.
Wow. And also for her parents were preachers, right?
That's right. My parents were preachers, so I was ready for it. Pentecostal.
Okay,
so
she was
it was definitely giving Pentecostal. It was.